Dan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We know things can get heated between these two, Grant. No love lost in this matchup.
And that competitive fire, it grows when you're in the same conference. You get to see each other so often. You know, B.A., I think we're in for some good theater in this one.
Now here's Horford. Back to Burks. Shot clock at 5. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Lillard outside. Let's go with a 3. He drops it from range.
And it's Lillard with the response triple. No one more competitive than Dame.
Pass to Booker. Back to Paul. Fires for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. On offense, here are the Hawks. Gordon pulls it in. Outside Booker. First quarter, just over a minute played. Horford in the high post. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Booker no good. And so Lillard will bring it up for Atlanta. That's tipped. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. He brought up the difficulties that come along with guarding Devin Booker, and he told me the hard part with Book is that he's a 3-level scorer and a willing passer. He's not just an isolation scorer. They use him in a lot of different actions, so you're constantly chasing him. Brian, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Horford. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Stan, Rudy Gobert. He can be a double-double machine, but his real importance is on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's been named Defensive Player of the Year 4 times, which is tied for the most in NBA history, B.A., and he's been the anchor of multiple top-ranked defenses throughout his career.
Here's a 3 from Paul. He buries it from 3.
You know, Paul is smart with his shot selection. He only takes what he likes.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now here's Lillard, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game.
What touch. Just another way Lillard can beat you.
Here's Paul. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. From deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Mitchell. Averaging around 6 a game. Gobert. Off target at the rim. Boston leading by 4. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Horford outside. Outside Booker. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Pass to Gobert. Here's Champagnie. Picked by Gobert. To the inside. And Gobert with the stuff.
Well, Gobert understands how to capitalize off these sets. Great movement by him after setting the screen.
Booker for 3. Yes. And it's Paul with the assist that time. Booker's got his second basket of the night. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Mitchell. Picked by Gobert. And they pick up 2.
What a creative finish by Mitchell. You need the floater as a top scoring guard.
Paul taking his time here. Pass to Gafford. Buries it down low.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Mitchell. Lets it go. They get it back. Pippen outside. The three-pointer off the mark. And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Boston making a switch here. Here's Paul. Outside Burks. This one for 3. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Boston out in front, leading by 5. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. Zion Williamson is one of the most gifted athletes this game has ever seen, but now he's taken his commitment to conditioning to another level. He said, I definitely see the difference. I'm feeling like I don't exert as much energy to get to a certain speed. My movements are swifter. Back to you, Brian.
A scary thought. Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. Outside Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Burks. From behind the arc. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
When it comes to orchestrating an offense, Chris Paul is one of the best to ever do it.
Well, Grant, how do you slow down Zion Williamson?
Oh, glad I didn't have to, B.A. Obviously, you've got to play him for the drive and keep him in front of you. And when he gets anywhere near the paint, you have to bring the help.
Now here's Paul. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Outside for Booker. Screen by Gordon. Down low. And Gordon with the big finish.
I like the activity of Gordon. Sets the pick, moves, gets the bucket. A high-energy play.
Now here's Lillard. Give him 8 points now. From about 19. Yep, that one goes. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Right side, Paul. To the middle. Here's Horford. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Hawks trail by 3. Pippen outside. To the paint. Here's Mitchell. Uses the glass on the layup. And it's 6 points for Donovan Mitchell.
And standing just 6'1", amazing how effective Mitchell is attacking the paint.
Pass to Burks. Screen by Horford. Gordon on the wing. Back to Booker. It's a one-on-one situation. For 3, here's Lillard. And Chris Paul clears it away. It's Booker on the wing. Now Mitchell. Back to Lillard. And an intentional foul right there.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Kicks it out to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. LeVert with the ball. Now LeVert defending. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over.
Boston ball.
The Celtics with the lead. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
LeVert, that's good.
A good shooter with a smooth stroke. LeVert's ability to hit shots can take him very far in this league.
Here's Paul. And here's Collins for 3. They get it again. Left side Paul. Second chance shot. And he lays it in. Paul's got 5 points.
Well, this is what has defined Paul's game. His ability to make calls and create openings.
Pass to LeVert. Shoots over Booker. And another basket for Atlanta.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Boston out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. The Hawks trailing. Pippen with it. No made baskets yet. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
Oh, guys. I mean, this crowd is in all of that Mitchell dunk. Heck, I'm in awe, too.
Pass to Marshall. Outside Paul. Back to Marshall. 5 to shoot. Doubled by O'Neal. Now Gordon. Misses the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
You know, Stan, basketball isn't the only passion San Jose native Aaron Gordon has.
Yeah, B.A., I heard he's very technology-oriented, which we're not. He's a self-proclaimed computer nerd and loves everything about technology. We could use his help. He's skilled in more fields than just basketball.
Inside. And Gobert with a block.
Well, this is Gobert to a T. An outstanding rim protector with impeccable timing.
Pippen, no good.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs a review with his guys. Boston trailing. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Works for 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. And you know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Here's Lillard. Oh, pretty shot, Lillard.
Well, when game gets going, good luck slowing him down. Tonight has been vintage Lillard.
Pass to Booker. Now here's Burks. Defended by Lillard. To the paint. Here's Pippen. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. And now a 6-point Hawks lead.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Brian, back over to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. 5 on the clock. For 3, here's Lillard. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Substitution on the court.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Outside Booker. Just 5 to shoot. To the inside. Oh, stolen by Lillard. Pass to Pippen. Over to the left wing. Bagley sets a screen. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Doesn't go there. Now he's 6 for 9. To the middle. Here's Gordon. Outside Burks. Now here's Paul. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you've just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, B.A., you can't take away everything, particularly from the great player. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient. Well, Aaron Gordon able to use all his athleticism on that one.
Pass to Champagny from the arc. He can't get it to go.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
1:02 left in the third. The floater, and it's Bagley with the rebound. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for Atlanta. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Pass to Champagny. Left side Bagley. Wide open look. Yep, count it. Bagley's gotten his first basket of the night.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
Outside Paul. Off the mark there with a 3.
That's just a great effort on the defensive side. Blasting to the shoe.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Lillard. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Here's Burks. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks closing out the quarter with us.
Boston, 27.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Atlanta leading by 5. LeVert up top. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Right side, Burks. Outside, Booker. Back to Burks. 4-3. Pure from three-point range.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pass to Champagnie. Back to Lillard. Over Paul. Lillard can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 4. And here's Paul. Three-pointer. On target from range.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And so it's Atlanta with it. It's a one-point game. It'll be the front end of a two-game road trip. There's a screen. Lillard outside. The three ball. Horford pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Until they foul intentionally.
Donovan Mitchell. Second. Team foul.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Booker. Stolen by Mitchell.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And here's Horford. Paul outside. And they go to the intentional foul. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. They lead by 1. Screen by Gordon. To take the lead, and he lays it in.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Oh, no good again that time. Right now, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this offense right now.
Now Paul. Clock at 6. Now Booker puts up the tray. Gobert pulls it down. And stolen by Paul. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
The Hawks trailing. Outside Mitchell. Outside Lillard. 19-footer is good.
Well, we talk about icing his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
They double team Paul. Now Gordon. Here's a pass to Horford. Paul outside. Shot clock at 6. Outside Burks. Can't hit it. Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's a one-point game. Here's Mitchell. Picked by Gobert. Lillard.
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big-time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, just outstanding positioning and timing by Gobert. He tries to block as many shots as he can.
Now the Hawks with it. 3-point lead. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Outside Lillard. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Tricky situation here. They need some kind of bucket to stay alive.
Yeah, the clock is their enemy, and they know it. We'll see if they go for the tie or try and get a quick.
Now Paul takes a three. No good from three. This would tie it. Misses the three. And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.